Good morning, my dear students, and welcome back to the class on active and passive voice. In the previous class, we learned about the past tense, how a sentence in past tense is converted from direct inactive into passive voice. How a sentence in past tense is converted from active into passive voice. And in today's class, we'll be dealing with the future tense, and we'll see how a sentence in future tense can be changed from active into passive voice. That's what you are going to learn in today's class. Change that happens in the tense while converting an active voice into passive voice. So I have given the table for you. We will be dealing with the simple future, future continuous tense, and future perfect tense. And I'll explain to you how changes will happen in each of them. What are the changes that will happen in simple future, the changes that will take place in future continuous tense, and the changes that will take place in the future perfect tense. So let's begin with simple future tense. For example, he will write a letter, that is in active voice. A letter will be written by him, that is in passive voice. So what are the changes? First one, the subject of the active voice will become the object in the passive voice. He becomes him. Object of the active voice will become the subject of the passive voice. A letter, which is the object in active voice, has become subject in the passive voice. Past participle of the verb write is in its first form. Written is the third or the past participle of the verb. Use of by, additional words will or shall because it is future tense. And the last thing to be remember, we'll have to use a word called be. A letter will be written by him. So we have the subject called a letter. Will is added, be is added, past participle of the verb, by is added, and the subject becomes the object here. A letter will be written by him. Now moving on to the next one, we have future continuous tense. He will be writing a letter, that is in active voice. Now what are the changes that will happen? A letter will be being written by him, that is in passive voice. Now what are the changes? Subject becomes the object, he becomes him. A letter, which is the object in the active voice, has become subject in the passive voice. Writing is changed into past participle of the verb or the third form of the verb, that is written. Will or shall, use of by is there, and be is added. The additional word that is used here is being, B-E-I-N-G, because it is the continuous tense. A letter will be being written by him. I hope you have understood the future continuous tense. Now moving on to the next one, we have future perfect tense. What are the changes that you will have to keep in mind in future perfect tense? He will have written a letter, that is in active voice. Now when you convert that into passive voice, a letter will have been written by him. So what are the changes? Subject becomes the object, he becomes him. A letter, that is the object, becomes the subject in passive voice. Past participle of the verb, because it is already in perfect tense. Use of by, will or shall. The additional word that is added here is the word called been, B-E-E-N. A letter will have been written by him. So that's about future tense. Simple future, future continuous, and future perfect tense. Let's once again go through all these three of them so that you will not have any confusions. Beginning with simple future tense. Remember the changes: subject becomes the object, normal. Object becomes the subject, past participle of the verb, use of by. These are the four basic changes, and in addition to that we have a word to, use of will or shall, plus the word called be. So these are the two additional changes that will happen in a simple future tense. Now moving on to future continuous tense. Besides these basic changes, one word that is the additional word that is added here is the word called being, B-E-I-N-G, because it is the continuous tense. And moving on to the future perfect tense, the additional word that is added besides all the basic changes, the use of being, B-E-E-N. So kindly go through all the three tenses. Now we have completed simple present tense, we have completed the past tense, and now we have completed the future tense. Kindly go through all these tenses and make the table properly so that you will understand it better. And from tomorrow onwards we will go through the various rules regarding the active and passive voice. I hope you have understood. So I request all of you to take your studies seriously. Thank you.